All right, we are back with surviving as a trader in space. And of course, we last left off with finding this UFO-like SPRT Mayday ship. It had minimal weapons. I redesigned a little bit, so it's a little bit stockier and not as long vertically. But today, we're going to merge together our original space pod with this ship. And let's begin the assimilation. Alright, so just checking on the info of the ship. It is the Encounter Mush Station. So I don't think it was specifically a ship, but more or less a station in that case. And it's been decommissioned. So we're going to change this to a helm instead because that looks a little bit better than seats. Well, I prefer the helm over the seat, although it's a little less comfortable in the sense of standing versus sitting, but putting the helm, see if I put it here, I won't be able to see that well. If I put it here, you can see a little bit better. Maybe I do want to put a seat here. A control seat, this one here. We put it there, then we'll be right up against the window. We put it here, a little less against the window. I'm inclined to say control seat right over there. All right, so now we got a nice view up front. Isn't too bad, but I think a helm would have been a little bit better in terms of standing up and seeing. It's okay. All right, so we're turning this into a non-decommissioned ship. So we'll get rid of that, and we should be good to go. All right, so we do need to get the thrusters up and running as well first before we think about merging the ships together. So let me get some thrusters going. Looks like we could do one each of the hydrogen thrusters on each side at least, or I think two. So that kind of helps out. I think most of the metal grids are coming from the original thrusters that were already there, and also some of those heavy armor blocks. This needs to change out a little bit, so I'll figure out a downward thrust elsewhere later down the line. I'll leave it for now because I just need it to be here for this simulation here. So we have all directions except for forward. So we need to figure out where to put it forward. Not forward, it's backwards. I always say the wrong thing when it comes to forward and backward thrusting. So we have the forward thrusting, which is this right here, and the other one on the other side. So we got two on each side. Nope, just two forward and one on each side. Up, down, left, right. And we don't have a backward thrust, which we actually do right over here. So needing a little bit of large steel tubes and good to go. All right, there we go. So we got all our thrust that we need to sustain this to float around while we merge this thing together, and hopefully it becomes a successful merge, because I don't want this thing to break down. All right, so we need a few merge blocks here. I just need one. And queue it up, and I need the hydrogen tanks to be on, so I need the large, at least the large one, not this one, they're not called large. The hydrogen tank here is on stockpile, so we're gonna do off, and we'll leave that off as well. That's fine. Do we have any ice left in the system? No, we don't, so that's also another issue. Not a big deal. Do we need this to be on right now? Probably not. We'll turn that off. And now we do the assimilation. So we want to get something right over there merged. So trying to figure out which is the better block to use for this merge. I could put the merge block where the camera is, or even right over here if need be. I think we do that. Yeah, we could just do it right here. So this here will be a merge block, which is going to be the lowest point that we have on the ship, supposedly. And it pretty much looks that way. You got to get rid of this camera. And we also need to move the iron thrust because that is a little lower than what we want it to be. And place it elsewhere, which we could put it kind of right over here. So put the iron thrust right over here for now. And we could get away with just using one, so we don't need to put the other one. We just grind it down and not worry too much about it, I think. Probably. And we could move the gyroscope as well. I mean, we'll leave it there for now. Hopefully it doesn't break while we merge in. So, I mean, that could be an issue. More or less. Alright, we gotta separate the two ships. Or ship and base. So we'll unlock here. And get rid of these connectors. Hopefully there's nothing in them. Well, I can check right here. That's good.
Inventory full.
Inventory full. So let's just put things away. That. All right. So the gyroscope is on the lowest point as well. That it does get a little tricky. Hopefully I don't break anything, but we do need to get rid of all these pieces right over here. And the merge block is gonna have to be, for now, one of these blocks here. So how are we gonna do that? Let's see. So we want this piece right here sticking out. Do we want it sticking here or the one before? Probably the one before. So the merge block could be right over here. All right. So now we just gotta straighten this out and back up and make that work. So the other problem that I see here is that I need a camera to kind of see how I'm going to do this as well. So we got to be a little bit careful of this because we don't have, there's third-person view whatsoever. We're going to continue grinding all this down, get some more steel plates, which is awesome. And I don't think it's the connector's going to line up here at all, but we could potentially get it lined up somewhere in the rear side, like right over there, I think, hopefully. And luckily these are just all large light armor blocks and not heavy armor. That'll take some time to dismantle, but it would give us a lot more metal grids too, so that's the drawback to that. All right, so we got rid of 3 whiff. And that should be okay for now. There's a lot of stuff that we do need to get rid of because we don't need it as part of the ship. But we could edit it a little bit down the line. So this here is half block, so that's not going to do much with what we need it to do. So that's okay. All right, so we're going to spin it a little bit and then drop it down. I think it should be okay. I mean, this is the lowest point. These might merge on top, which it's okay. And how do I want to do this where I can see it appropriately? Do we just add a block right here and put a camera down? I guess we could do that and then get rid of it later down the line. Okay. We got a camera. We got a merge blocks. Get ourselves some power. Where's our camera? Put it here. View. Merge blocks we could leave alone. Okay. So that's still a little hard to see, obviously, but this should do, I think. We'll back it up. We could zoom, but I think we're in the highest zoom already. All right, we're going to get down to it. Back it up. I think we're lined up fairly well. And yeah, we can see the merge. Oop. We're moving the ship. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And we should get into it right there. Did it merge? It did not merge. Why is it not merging? Can I merge ships? Some blocks could copy in the same space of the merge. The camera's the problem. Of course that was the problem. All right, we're merged in. So that is basically gonna be our ship, which doesn't look terrible. I do have to edit it what's a little bit to make it look a little bit better, obviously, but it isn't too bad. I'll turn on the lights. Let's take this block off. We should be able to take out the merge block and still have this connected. Yeah, it looks like some points, not a lot of the points, are connected, so that could be an issue. We could throw in, I'm gonna use something like this, or do we use a full block here? I'm gonna do this for now, just as an anchor. And that should be okay. So now the gyroscope, technically, you can flip it around and put it part of the main ship or station, whatever this thing really is. So put that right. We could put it here or somewhere else. A little bit closer in the inside would probably be ideal, but whatever. We'll just put it here for now. And then, of course, we gotta get this all kind of connected. So here is our O2H2, and it could connect right here, but our oxygen tank's in the way, which I should have shifted it over here. So that's another issue that we have. And some of these things could be half blocks. So then that we have more up space. But, I mean, it's not going to be completely necessary. Like this whole thing could be a full block now instead. I mean, we have 2 height, but that's not terrible. So we could change this out. So whatever's attached to this, hopefully nothing. And then we could do a full block there. And same with the rest of this stuff here. Actually, we have a yeah, so the conveyor and the what's it called is here as well. The cargo container. So we gotta find a way to put it right here. So I mean, we could loop it around with the conveyor junction, so that wouldn't be too bad. We'll get back to it later. We'll just put this here for now. And obviously, it would be smart to put a walkway or exposed spot where we can climb in as we're doing this. But we'll have to think about how to do that in a sec, because we gotta make sure to close these out as well. So then we're airtight. So towards the bottom here, we could just use full block with no issues, I would think. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we still have a pretty spacious area, which is great. And once again, these spots could be just full block it. Don't have to worry about these little pieces. So we need like a walkway or ladder or something to go up here. I think ideally it would be right over there to climb up. I forget exactly what that is right there, but that seems like the best spot for it. Okay, so if we open this up, what is here? This is the walkway. And oh, the main walkway, so that kind of doesn't work out. Um let's open this up. If we climb up here and get up here, that would definitely work out a little bit better, but probably not the way to go. I'm gonna open this up again. I shouldn't have put it here initially, but it's fine. We could put conveyor junctions here or pipes or whatever the case may be. I think I'm just gonna do pipes. We'll just do a junction pipe right over here. And we'll just do regular conveyor pipe and then the C pipe into right here. Now our ship is connected for the resources and everything like that. Getting up here still seems to be a problem, which we could get rid of the survival kit that's up here and put it somewhere a little bit more safer, which is going to be down there. So that could work out that way. So we could do that. Actually, there might be some stuff in here. Yeah, so we'll get to move this over so that we don't waste whatever materials that are there like we did with displays. I know we did lose some displays because I didn't pay attention that was floating in here. So that was a problem. But not a crazy problem. All right, so I think that could kind of work. We'll put the ladder system here, so because we only want to get up to this point. We don't even need to get back there because there's nothing back there anyway. So we don't even need to really get back here at all as well. So there's also that. But we could put the ladder system here if we need to. So, ooh, do we want to use a scaffolding ladder? Or even a ladder shaft? I haven't used the ladder shaft, actually, so I think we do that instead. So it would look like that. Ooh, that might work out okay. And I might want to do a conveyor junction instead. We'll do that, I guess. Ooh, okay, so this is not going to work out exactly how I was thinking. Because it does this, where... So we actually could do it the opposite way, in this case. And what we can't do here... Well, we can't. We have a plate here. I was thinking about putting a catwalk right here, or plate. I guess we could just get rid of this and do a conveyor junction on its own, or one of those other ones. We'll just do the junction. And now we can use the shaft, which should work out okay, because then it gives us a platform to walk on at the very top. So that will be the better bet. All right, so there we go. So we can get up to here, next spot up there. And then climb all the way to the top, which then we get greeted by the door to space right here. And now we got a nice space to walk around. Although we don't need all this anymore, to be honest. So there's also that. So we could get rid of it to mimic this whole spacing and do something with it, if anything. So this is just a plate. We'll leave it for now. We'll think about doing something about it later down the line. But the shaft here, we can just climb down or lie down. And that kind of works out. So we could get rid of this merge block now. Put in a regular block. Give it this one, and we're pretty much golden. So we could just kind of design out the front a little bit better. All right, so that's the assimilation process. Wasn't too bad. I did notice that I do have the survival kit not put down just yet. So where can I put the survival kit? Maybe right here, if anything, since I kind of have it in a odd spot anyways. So we'll just do that. We'll put the survival kit here. I'm pretty sure we don't have more than 3 medical kits, so we can't make the medical room, if anything. I'm missing one measly steel plate for whatever reasons. There we go. And we have our survival kit. Sucking up energy, health, O2, and also hydrogen. So that all kind of works out really well. And this thing, once again, has or is powered by hydrogen. And now also the ion thrust. The ion thrust, obviously, we do need to move that over. Because we don't necessarily need the downward thrust right over there, because that's going to burn the ship down. So downwards definitely should be elsewhere. So we'll take that apart for now. And we'll find a spot for it soon. But everything else, I think we should be okay. So, okay, so the upward thrust, which was here, I'm just going to put these as placement for now. Okay, so I think for now we just do a regular full block here just to cover up the gyroscope. And we're going to just do it on both sides. Here, what we can do is either use a slope block like this. Well, or like this. Or we use the tip blocks to do this. It looks like, or maybe even this. I think we could do that. That may actually look okay. Just to give it an extra look or kicker to it. There we go. And that should do it on this piece. This whole spot right here could move. We could get rid of all the hydrogen off of this and move the refinery as well. That could be the next step. We don't necessarily need 2 doors like we have here. So, like I said, we are going to change this out. So, we can get rid of the door. And kind of mimic that. So, we'll just grab this block here and put a catwalk. And that's going to seal the deal right over there. And actually, nope. I'm missing one more. Which would it be right over here? Well, actually, in this case, since we're going to edit this out, we should just do what we wanted to do. And now we kind of put this here. And oh, we did not need to get rid of all that, but all right, that's fine. We'll put this here. We'll leave the window for now. We'll figure something out for that. And we should have it look very similar on both sides to make it more spacious. We don't need this because that's not connecting to anything anymore. So we could get rid of all this. Oh, there's a vent there. Maybe I'll leave this for now. But I do need to put a slope block here. And that squares it off for the ship here. Should I have made it in a detachable ship? Probably. Come to think about it. But, I mean, I just wanted to kind of put a ship together like this. So that it looks pretty cool or decent. But yeah, come to think of it, I should have done that instead. Where we would have had the opportunity, yeah, to make this a detachable ship instead. Should have done that, but oh well. That is fine. But at least we could put like a camera or maybe even a big old spotlight here if we wanted to. And it's looking pretty decent. I mean, right here, I could put like a slope block, if anything, to make it even crazier. But we don't have to do that just yet. Yeah, we can't because of the thrust right over there. All right, so that's looking good. This could be a camera or another seat to look out for the front. I mean, these should probably actually be more or less windows. And why they should be windows is so that it'd be easier to see from the sides if we need it to see from the sides, which is likely that we do need to see from the sides. Would these work? These might work out okay. So it'd be like that. No, that doesn't look that great. And it's because of the it's kind of design of it. But nothing's gonna equal to this curve anyways. Except for a long window. I mean, where's that slope? It'll be pretty much like that. Right there. So then that means we would have to put the tips and everything on the over there, which I mean we could do that that way. Do we have the girders and everything for it? Probably not. So that's also another problem. Or glass. We don't have that much glass at all. So we could just stretch it out like that. All right. So that'll be for a later project, if anything. So we'll leave this here. We'll take this out and put it closer to the outside. So we'll put that here. Or should we have built it on the outside? So then that way, when we do sit here, we can see it a little better. Because right now we can't see squat. But we're going to change it up later anyway. So should be okay. So the change up, or if we do use those slope blocks, then we have to use these tips here like that to make it feasible. And definitely that wouldn't look terrible as well. So we could do it that way. And the window could be right out here instead. More or less, yeah, that could work. And we don't necessarily need the tips over here. We could mix it up and do that for the bottom piece. And here, kind of similar aspect right there. And that would look a little odd, but it kind of works, kind of. Here we can add the light that we want, which is going to be, let's do a spotlight. Or, you know what, a searchlight would probably be better. Not really. A spotlight would be better in this case. Let's get what we need. And then we can kind of get out of here relatively soon. So we got a little bit of a light here, and we're pretty much good to go. So the window could be out here. And we should probably... Oh, I don't think we could do that now. It's not gonna be airtight anymore down here. So that could be potentially a problem. But actually, you know what? We could put a panel down like this. And the window could be on the outside. I think. Will it allow me to do a window on the outside? Yeah, I can. All right, so that works out. We just do it that way. And that way the helm will sit one more closer. One more block closer, so it'll be right over there. Let me see if I can get there. It'll be right here, and we'll be able to see up front here and on the sides through the windows. I won't be able to see down unless I put a window. No, I can't put a window down here. I can put a window up here if I needed to, but what would I need to see up for? Not too sure. So we'll leave it as that. So that is... It's kind of looking a little bit like a Star Wars drone or so. Your little army drones. And it's kind of taking shape like that, actually, come to think of it. A little Star Trek-y, a little Star Wars-y. I know the two should not be combined in one sentence. But, yeah. Alright, so if we have enough mats, we should be able to build out everything like this together. Put all the windows. I don't think we have any more glass. So that's the biggest problem I'm thinking I'm going to run into. But I should be able to at least put this back together down here. Which I'm trying to figure out how we do that. And then it's looking like we use these corner tips, corner base, and that combination once again for the side. So that would continue from here. Yeah. So it looks like the corner tip. Like so. And this piece will be there. Right? Yeah. And then above it will be the more simple stuff. Is this sticking out from it? Yeah, it is. So that means, I think it means we're using the tip here. And this piece like that. So that satisfies that curve. And then it goes into this slope base and this piece here and blah, blah, blah. And it's not perfect, but I mean, it'll do. This is the raised slope corner. Okay. So we'll just do that. All right, so that should be good. Unfortunately, this here, I'm not even sure if it's going to be airtight with this situation. I think it might not be, but we'll see how that goes. If it isn't, we do have to edit this out a little bit better. So we don't have that issue. But I think we did it. We mimic both sides to look the same. Yeah, I want to say yeah. I hope that's the case. And this ship could definitely be a lot longer. Now it's looking very stumpy. So we're going to fix that up later down the line. So we're going to put the windows here, which we don't have much glass left, which is the unfortunate piece. We're going to leave the back end to look exactly like it was left the way it's supposed to look. And, oh, we're missing a spot right here. So, I think it's the same ordeal with all the, yeah, all the blocks, corners, and everything like that. So we'll figure out that piece back here. What's connected to the half block? Same thing. Okay. Nothing is this and tip here. And then we have the big piece here and here. Yep, that works. All right, there we go. Now we got to put a window here, which is going to be a 1x2 window. I believe it should be like that. But do we have any girders for this? Yes and no. No, we don't have glass, but we have some glass. Let's see. Glass, we have 24. Girders, we have it says 16 now, but I think we have more than that. Not much more than that. All right. That is fine. 24 is not enough glass for that, which is okay. Right here, what is it supposed to be? Looks like regular blocks into a slope face with the cover walls here in the door. So one extra block here. Right? That one extra block right there before it curves up. Yeah. And then we do this piece into a cover wall, which is this right here. Putting it this way, and then a door. So that we need construction components. And we're pretty much good to go, minus the fact that we need a door. So the door we have on this side, sliding door. Sliding door. Yeah, it is called a sliding door. Why was I thinking that's not a sliding door? The offset door, for some reason I was thinking has the sliding doors, but it's not. All right, we put the sliding doors here. So obviously this is not going to be airtight if we keep this door like that. We should definitely use a double door system to make it a little bit better. And we could stretch out a double door system going in different directions. So I'm not too worried about that. Can we make glass? We have a decent amount of silicon, but not a lot. I think that, all right, so that just killed all the silicon. So that's just, that doesn't work out. We could finish out this. Nope, we can't finish out this door, but we could just throw it in there for now. These need a lot of glass. That's just insane amount of glass. But the girders we don't have. So even with being able to assimilate this whole entire ship, we do still have problems with materials. So still fun times, I guess. Right, so some of these lights I don't really like, so I'm gonna get rid of them for now. I still have my own light, so that should be okay for the most part. Although, not be able to see too much. So I should probably put some kind of lighting in here soon. But I think at least we have an airtight space on top, I think. Well, this makes it not airtight. So that is going to be a problem. What if we did a light source here, actually? So we'll put a panel here. Does that kind of block anything in terms of air tightness? And then we could put a door right here if we have to. Whether it's a sliding door, offset door, or even a hatch. Actually, we should put a hatch here. I want to put a hatch. Hatch would be nice, I think. I mean, it'll take up a lot of space. Like this. Or do we go with this design here? I mean, that doesn't work out. Yeah, that doesn't work out. We need to use it. Alright. Hopefully we have mats for this. I feel like we don't. Oh, no, we do. Okay. So get nice hatches. So hopefully that makes it airtight and separate one system from the other. So here we can climb up. Close this door. And we fly this like so. And well, can't really see much, but that may work or may not work. I'm not sure. And this thing is airtight, so that's nice to know. I need the windows here in order to make that work okay, which I don't have enough glass for unless we start dismantling other stuff that has silicon. Which we might actually have, so that might be something we'll look into. What is it that has silicon except for solar cells? Not much, to be honest. So cargo wise, and can we refine? Nope, I don't think we refine scrap metal for some reason in our refinery. Or is the refinery even connected to anything? It's another big question. It's connected from here to here to here, which may or may not work out. Let me stockpile and get rid of this and reposition refinery elsewhere. So it's not able to get things from one end to another end from here. Maybe, but maybe not. Oh, you know what? Because there's no port here, obviously. So that was the biggest mistake, putting that there. And okay, so we could decide from here. Do we want to put the basic refinery, or do we put a large refinery? And by a large refinery, I mean a refinery. So a refinery, I'm thinking it's going to be this one here. And if we tie it towards the back, we could for now. Although that makes it a little more dangerous if it does get shot down or whatever the case is. So we could put this kind of towards the middle here as the tail, if anything. So it would have to look kind of like this, and we could put in mods. Where's the port? Yeah, that's the port, and then put in the mods. We could do it that way to make it 3 spacings wide, but we could also do 2 and have them stick out right over here on the side. I think we could do that for now, though. That's a bad idea. A bad idea in terms of leaving it out in the code like that. So I feel like we should just do it anyways. Might not have enough mass for 2, obviously, but you know, let's give it a shot. So we make it exposed out from here and here. We want 2. I was gonna place them for now to kind of see what it looks like, but of course we're gonna need pipes and everything like that to make this work. So that pipe there. And a conveyor junction pipe right here. And obviously 2 more pipes sticking out. Here and here. We do run into the issue of this pointing at it. We do have to take that out. And if we do the refinery, we're gonna have to do it not this way for now, and it's gotta get into that port. Yeah, I think that's where we do, or we do it kind of this way, and the mods will stick up from here. Will that be sufficient? It will look a little odd, obviously. In this case, it kind of does already look odd. How should we get this done? I mean, it stretches it out a little bit more that way, but we don't need 2. So let's scratch that for now. We'll put it here. Put the big old refinery right here. Gonna find the ports. So we might have to do it this way. The ports on this spacing here. And then we'll put the speed mods here, or yield mods, whatever mods we want to put here. Let's just say speed mods for now. I think it's just for placement, like that. Although we probably should just do yield mods in that case. And we could use a different piece here. We don't need this rounded piece anymore, but we could use better slope block, kind of like this, if anything. In this case. Let's do half block here, and then we'll rest it on top like this if we have to, or keep going. I'm gonna keep going with the half block just for extra protection in a sense. And we just throw in this little sticking out portion there. And we can continue on with the same aspect of these slope tips right over here. Alright, so now the ship is looking a little bit longer on the side here. Which we could add a lot more to this as well down the line. Of course, we use the same color scheme here. Alright, so I'm not liking this piece, but we'll leave it as that for now. Alright, so we just need to... don't... Yeah, we probably just need a regular block here now, it looks like. Yeah. So generally, turning this into a very brick-like ship in the back. For now, at least.
Inventory full.
The full refinery, which we don't even have ores to do anything with, but might as well have it. And then we're gonna attach some assemblers, which we definitely need. A bigger assembler, not the basic assembler. So that looks okay. Assemblers, in a way, we can stick it on the sides here. We wanted to change the look of it in that way as well. So that could work. Yeah, we'll leave it as that. I think we're good to go. We can put assemblers down here, but maybe even another tank. So we can move the downward thrust or upward thrust back this way, if anything. Or even down here, if we have to. I'm not going to touch it just yet. I do need to fix this up a little bit better. And in terms of solar panels for energy, we can move that over somewhere else if we need to. We should be okay. All right, so our upward thrust with ions, we should put back somewhere for now if we can. We could potentially put it right over here and down. It's going to cover a port, but then we have a port exposed here, so we could just dump it here. I think we'll just do that. Okay. And then we should have a second one, or enough for a second one. And that should be it. It should be on as well. There you go. It is on. I don't know why it didn't turn on. We'll leave the refinery here. Do we have enough for an assembler? If we have an assembler, I think we could put it down here. I think for now we can stick it here. So then that way we don't get interference with the thrusters and covering up the speed mods or mod spot. Probably not gonna put speed mods. It's gonna drain the crap out of the power. So probably not gonna do that. All the speed mods that's on the refinery, I'm not gonna even weld that up anytime soon. So then that way we don't destroy all my power easily. We'll leave this right over here for now. And we could cover it up with some plates as well, just to give it a little bit more kind of like definition. All right, so hydrogen thrust, we got 2 forwards, 1 on each side. We have ion thrusting, so that's going to help too. I feel like this is not the way to go. But what if we slant it upwards? Or like a spoiler light thing. That might be better, but is there a block that accommodates this? To kind of coincide with that? Probably there is. Ooh, there is. Okay, so that kind of works. No, not really. This would work. Yeah, that definitely works out. And I think that will look okay. And yeah, that does work a little bit better. We could do something like this, just add something to it. All right, so that's fine. We'll leave it as that. The thruster, we could probably move aside right over here, if anything, so it doesn't burn out anything near us. We have 1 hydrogen thrusters to stop us, to slow us down, which is probably not ideal. Probably use a little bit more. I'm gonna take that down and kind of do a bit more of a sloping towards it. Just give it a slightly better look here. All right, so I think we're pretty good to go here. This is looking decent. Hope you guys enjoyed this fairly longer format building the ship, assimilating a ship, and kind of making this a ship evolution series as well as a trading series. But obviously, if you did enjoy this episode, this series, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.